It was great to see Mum again.
Oh, so it all went well, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was beaut. Well, Mum's still the same, but it was great to hear about me sister and everything.
See, we told you everything would be okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your help with the dress and everything.
One thing has been made very clear to me, though. We've always suspected Joan Ferguson of dealing with the women. Now I'm sure of it.
Well, do you have any proof?
No, I haven't. But I've thought of the perfect plan to go about getting it. It involves playing Joan at her own game.
Meg, I know you're devoted to the women, but I hope you haven't picked up any of their rash ideas.
A corrupt officer is as much our concern as theirs.
More, I hope. And whilst I would prefer you to be proven wrong about Joan, it is vital that we know the truth.
Exactly. Now, if there was more than one other officer involved in the same corrupt practices, they'd inevitably be drawn into collusion.
And
If I appear to have been corrupted by my stay here with the women and pretend to be involved in gambling, protection and other such rackets, any other corrupt officer would be drawn straight to me.
No, not under any circumstances.
But, Erica, you said yourself, we have got to know. Now, this way we can get proof one way or the other if Joan Ferguson really is as crooked as the women claim.
You have just spent a short term in prison on a matter of principle. No one who knows you, least of all a bent officer, is going to believe that you are corrupted.
But can't
you will have to come up with a much more credible scheme, Meg, before I could even consider it.
You call that a bet?
Well, what do you expect? I can't make a buck in this hole. Distinct lack of customers, you might say.
Put a decent bet on and you might get some money back.
Yeah, and she might blow it too.
I'll butt out.
Look, excuse me, you two. I hate to interfere with business, but we are 2 hands short in here in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, and I'm not doing your share in all.
Hey, here comes Lizzie.
How come you're back in here already? It's better than polishing me knickers in me cell.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Haven't you lot got enough work to do?
Too much, and we're 2 people short.
Really? Well, you can have Fields, and you've got Birdsworth back where she belongs.
I'm gonna go at me parole again.
Never mind, Lizzie. At least you're human.
What was that, Daniels?
Oh, nothing, sir.
Then nothing is what you'll get at the weekly buy-up. As of now, your buy-up is cancelled.
Oh, you can't do that, Miss Ferguson.
No.
Not unless you just got a promotion we didn't hear about.
Yeah, only a governor and a deputy governor can cancel all privileges.
Is that so? Seems you've got a team of bush lawyers working for you, Daniels. But then, of course, your buy-up could get accidentally lost.
Yeah, they'd be right.
It's no wonder your parents can't stand the sight of trash like you.
That's a lie. Me mum came to see me.
Yeah, and I heard she couldn't wait to get away from you. All right, back to work, the lot of you.
What did she mean, nothing?
She's just a rotten piece of work.
Damn right she is. Don't worry about her, Maxine.
Ah, come on, the freak's just trying to stir me.
Yeah, well, don't you let her.
Come on through. This is the living area.
God. Hasn't even got a telly.
Oh, you'll find it's quite comfortable. I didn't think you'd watch much television.
Look, I'm not on my back all the time.
Be worth a fortune if you were.
The place is pretty new.
You gotta be kidding. Looks ready to fall apart.
Yeah, it's just like the parlour where I first started, but the boss was a mongrel.
Yeah, well, you're better off here than out on the streets.
At least while the blitz is on.
It's better than a sell at the local cop shop giving away free samples.
Only just. There's no more to do in here.
Well, I can pick up a TV later.
Got a mate with a truck, eh?
No.
Joke, Joyce.
I've got a set at home I'll bring in.
What do you reckon, Trixie?
I don't know. Might as well lobby for a while, I suppose.
Great. I'll show you your rooms.
Come on, love. You can level with me.
Oh, wasn't that bad, Lizzie?
Oh.
Well, they're not very proud of me.
Get over it.
No, I mean, they're real disappointed in me. Always have been. Dad wouldn't even come to visit.
But your mum did. Maybe he was too busy.
Oh, he's always too busy, and Mum only came because she reckoned she had to.
Mums are like that. Anyway, it must have been just as hard for her as it was for you, love.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Oh, but I just don't care anymore.
Miss Ferguson sent me in here to work.
Oh, fine. You can give Chrissy a hand in the washers. Oh, and Babs. Yeah? Around here, we don't call the freak Miss Ferguson when there are no screws around.
It'll be better next time.
Oh, I don't think there will be.
Of course there will be.
But I'll be out of here soon.
Well, then you can go and see them.
Maybe. Bloody dress was a waste of time, too.
Oh, that's lovely after all the trouble we went to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bea, but me mum never saw me in a dress when I was living at home. She looked at me as if I was some sort of ring-in.
Well, I think you look lovely.
Uh-oh, girls, on your best behaviour. We've got company.
How is everything, Bea?
It's a bit boring being a good girl all the time.
Oh, another 2 months and you might be out of here.
I wouldn't put money on it.
I thought you were a born optimist.
Now, that parole board has a nasty habit of asking for the impossible, like a job and a home to go to.
I might be able to help there. Arrange for somewhere for you to live.
Why, Mr. Faulkner, is this an indecent proposition?
Oh, do I look that brave?
How come the sudden concern?
Maybe I could use some of my contacts to line up a job for you. Perhaps even work release before you parole here.
Well, I'd be very grateful for that, Mr. Faulkner, but there is a noise in the back of this old head of mine that says there's got to be a catch.
There's no catch, Bea. At least, not for you.
I hope it tastes better than it smells.
All right, I tell you what. Put 5 on it. She's better than the old stuff.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Oh, don't thank me. I'm not giving it to you.
Might as well have. That nag couldn't beat a pregnant cow.
What would you know?
How is the book going?
All right.
Good. Next time you make a killing, I want to know.
Fair go. Bea crossing Ferguson's like committing suicide.
I don't think anything about crossing Ferguson. I just want to know what's going on.
I don't know.
Then be told. Or it's me you'll have to deal with.
You're all right.
As soon as you get correct weight. And don't stuff me around. Get out of my chair.
This looks nice and peaceful, doesn't it? Yoo-hoo!
Oh, hello.
Good afternoon, young man. Are you in charge here?
Yeah, I am at the moment.
Oh, you're a bit young, aren't you?
Can I help you, Mrs...
Hudson, Beryl Hudson. I'd like a room, please.
Oh, fine. Well, what are your circumstances at the moment?
Actually, I had somewhere arranged, but it fell through. So I'm really between residences at the moment.
Oh, I see.
You can't be too careful, you know.
And you need somewhere to stay right now?
Yes, we do.
Well, would you like to come through?
Come on, baby. Come on, darling. Here we go. Through here. There we are. Put you down here.
We've still got a lot to do here. I was just fixing up our television.
Oh, please don't let me stop your work, Mr.
Oh, sorry. Tony Berman.
Mr. Berman?
Well, if you'd just like to fill out one of these. There you go.
Papers, papers, papers. It's no wonder there are so few trees left, eh?
Isn't it going yet?
Any minute now, Trixie.
Trixie, what a lovely name.
I'm going down to get some beer.
You know you can't bring it back here.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. God, what a dump.
Dear, dear.
Hey, come on, you do some of this.
What does it matter?
Well, my hands are just as important as yours, you know.
Oh, cut it out, you two.
Oh, it's Mrs. M.
Oh, watch it, girl. She's changed sides again.
Don't be so rude, B. Mrs. M's always been on our side.
I think she's kidding, Lizzie.
Just started back, have you?
No, I've been on maternity all day.
You haven't seen Margot then?
No, not yet.
She looks a lot better than she did the other day.
Righto, ladies, knock off time.
Oh, we don't need telling that, Mrs. M. That's for bloody sure.
How'd you go?
Oh, I didn't make a fortune, but I did all right.
Good.
Was that all? You don't want to cut? Well, what do you want to know for?
There, that should do it.
Thank you.
Is it gone?
Yep.
Well, the colour ain't.
It's black and white. Beryl, this is Francine.
Good afternoon, Francine.
And Trixie you've met.
Oh, what lovely names you both have. Are you sisters?
You gotta be kidding.
I'll just fix your room up.
You been inside?
Only to hear. The young man's just arranging my room now.
Oh, she means in the slammer.
Pardon?
The can?
Dear me, you young people do have a strange language.
Don't reckon she is. No, doesn't know nothing.
14, 15, 16. That's 116. Minus 79 I've got to pay out. That leaves 9 heaps. 7 and $37 for me, minus Ferguson's total.
Busy, aren't we?
I was just reading.
Don't try that with me, Quinn. Hand it over.
But it isn't all mine.
How right you are. And the rest.
Oh, please, Mr. Faulkner.
You've been running a book, haven't you?
Just a bit of harmless fun.
A bit of harmless fun could cost you a stint in solitary.
I'm sorry.
Your type's always sorry, when you get caught. There's $116 here. How much does that leave you after paid out the winners? Well?
Not much.
Quinn, how much does that leave you?
$37. Honest.
It's 25 for me and 12 for you.
Hey?
Pay that back while you've still got it.
Yeah,
And keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, but Lizzie, it's stupid to start worrying about me oldies now, especially after running around for so long.
Yeah, but I bet they worry about you.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back to Jude's when this stint's over. Try and make up for the trouble I caused last time.
That's a lovely idea. I reckon I'll go and stay at the halfway house after I get out of this dump.
Oh, you reckon your parole will come through?
No. That bloody poofter Douglas, he won't let me go. But he'll have to when my time's up.
Well, see, they're keeping you here as decoration. Like an old flower pot.
Get away, you cheeky little bugger.
Oh, here's our money then, girls.
Hang on, Chrissy. Hey, B, that bloody Faulkner's ripped off me book money.
No.
Here we go again.
I lost anyway.
I got your money.
I didn't get it all then.
No, he just took most of my take and gave me back the rest.
Oh, you're having us on.
Mr. Faulkner wouldn't do a thing like that.
He did, it's true. I wouldn't have you on about that, B.
It's no big deal. A crooked screw takes his cut, so what?
Yeah, but if I pay out the winners, there won't be enough left for Ferguson's cut, let alone a bank.
You better pay up, Faye, or you might be getting a bit of what Gaffney got.
Just goes to show you can't trust anybody these days. Got the payout money there?
Yeah?
Hand it over. I'll make sure it doesn't go astray.
Bloody hell, what am I gonna tell Ferguson?
Why don't you try with the truth?
She's gonna kill me.
Ferguson!
Oh, what am I gonna do, B? You gotta help me.
I thought I was.
Right, Quinn. Outside.
Dad! I wouldn't lie to you, Miss Ferguson.
What kind of an idiot do you think I am? Well,
Why don't you ask Mr. Faulkner? Oh! Me $12 you take and I don't want it. I could quit.
you'll quit when I tell you. How much you got in the bank?
That's it.
And you keep it. And you better make bloody good use of it on the races tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson.
You don't know what sorry is yet. Just make damn sure that Faulkner doesn't get his hands on it.
Oh, jeez. How am I gonna stop him?
That's your worry. Now get out of my sight.
Can't you shut those bloody parrots up?
They are budgerigars.
Well, they're making too much noise. Yeah, we was here first.
Well, I hardly think that matters. We have the same rights as you.
Oh, you come in here, you run the joint. Go on, why don't you go up to your room? Make me sick. You're off your bloody rocker, Granny.
Okay. What's going on, ladies?
They're upsetting my budgerigars.
Oh, that's a hoot. We can't hear the telly.
Well, we wouldn't want to miss the cartoons, would we?
Oh.
How about if I organise you a nice spot outside in the sun?
Most certainly not.
Well, your room's ready. Perhaps they could go there.
We could always stick 'em in the oven.
Yeah, budgie under glass.
We will go to our room then.
Come along. Well, in that case, you never told us you were taking in Darrows.
There are better ways to solve problems in a place like this.
Oh, come off it. Her scrawny started it.
All we ask is a little consideration for the other residents.
Oh, stuff it. I'm going out.
Where to?
What's it matter to you?
Just stay out of trouble.
Oh, we'll tell it to the fuzz. Think I'll get a dog?
We don't allow dogs, Francine.
What about her birds then?
But we can't let everyone have pets or it'll end up like a zoo.
Then how come the old bat's allowed canaries?
No dogs.
See you then, Francie.
Yeah.
Look, just stay out of trouble, please, Trixie.
There, dearies. Don't let those naughty girls upset you. Poor babies. Come in.
How are you settling in?
Oh, we're quite comfortable, thank you.
Good. About your financial situation.
Oh, not good. Not good at all.
Yes. I don't mean to pry,
Oh, so many do, you know.
but we have to know how much you can contribute to the house.
We're rather embarrassed financially at the moment. Until the next check comes, perhaps.
Yes. That's all right. We can expect something then, when your check comes.
I think so, yes.
Do you have any family?
We have each other.
They are a slight problem. I mean, we might get all the girls wanting pets.
Oh, they can't take them away.
No, of course not. I will sort something out in the morning.
Oh, we understand.
Good night.
Do you reckon he really did pinch it?
Oh, they're all screws, Lizzie, but I'd rather have him than the freak.
Now settle down. Birdsworth?
Yes, sir.
Fields?
Yes.
Daniels?
Yep.
Oh, speaking
Gibson?
of flaming devil.
Oh, she gives me the creeps, she does.
Cut the chatter.
Daniels ready?
Yeah, she's marked up.
Good. Daniels,
What?
get your things together, you're leaving. Yeah. Your loving father has paid your fine.
God, don't even give you a chance to say goodbye.
See ya, Lizzie.
Daniels, I gave you an order.
Oh, come on, give the kid a break.
Couldn't she at least say goodbye to her friends?
You seem to be having enough trouble with this rabble without Daniels here.
God, I hate that flaming bitch.
I hear we're losing Daniels again.
Yes, for the time being.
The request from Barbara Fields for clerical work, have you decided on that yet?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Faulkner. I've been rather busy. Is it important?
Only that she's very well qualified for administrative work.
Oh, is she trustworthy?
Yeah, if you think about the trouble we had last time a prisoner worked in reception. Well, Fields isn't close enough to the other women to abuse her position that way. I think it'd be all right.
Yes, well, I am rather busy at the moment, so it's probably a good time to try her out. I'll send for her.
Well, where's me dad?
He left as soon as you paid your fine.
That'd be him.
Well, at least he paid it.
Yeah. Well, I might call around one day and say thanks.
Right, you can check all this and then sign it. Mr. Faulkner will then escort you to the gate. You are going home, aren't you?
Nah. I'm going back to Jude's.
Well, I hope you keep yourself and the halfway house out of trouble this time, Maxine.
Yeah. I will, Mrs. Morris. Promise.
You wouldn't treat a dog like that. Hey, you heave-ho.
Less talk and more work is needed in here.
How right you are, Miss Ferguson.
Don't push your luck, Smith. This laundry could go on operating with you in solitary.
What for?
Insubordination.
I was only agreeing with you. We do need more work in here. We also need more workers to do it as well.
Right. Now, I know Daniels has gone.
Bloody well should.
Where's Fields?
In the office, doing admin work.
Don't be ridiculous. I had her assigned to the laundry yesterday.
She's doing better for herself now. It's amazing what you can get with a screw on side. Especially when he's after a screw on side himself.
Right, you two. Report for cleaning duties after lunch. I won't have this sort of insubordination. And the rest of you get back to work.
Looks like our Miss Ferguson is losing her cool. Any minute now, she'll be thinking that Steve is bent.
What good's that?
Just a beginning, Lizzie. Just a beginning.
How come we're getting punished anyway? We're not the ones with a fella on the side. Jealous bitch. There's no harm in having a bloke. There is when the screw in charge of you's a dyke.
Yeah. It's bad enough having to cut out everything else without stopping that and all.
I wouldn't mind a bit of business with Faulkner. If it paid okay.
It's not just a money box, you know. Well, there is other things.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, well, give me the cash and I'll buy them for myself. Still, I reckon I'd come at a trade deal in here if it was offered.
You won't make much there.
Suppose not. How'd you end up in here anyway?
I got caught with too many dole checks, didn't I?
You ought to try it on the game.
No, thanks. I've been there, done that. Hang about, someone's coming.
Ah, Chrissy, there you are. Could I see you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, well, in my room.
I'll have to get an officer's permission first.
Oh, that's all right. I can fix it.
Okay.
Don't be too long now, will you?
How's young Lawson been, Meg?
Fine. Were you expecting trouble?
Oh, not really. There is a tendency towards suicide in some of these cases, but I think in her case we're all right.
I had no idea you were concerned about her suiciding.
I'm not seriously concerned. It's just that in this situation, it can be one of the biggest dangers to a patient.
But surely Patty's not the type.
She puts up an elaborate facade. Tough, confident, socially competent. But behind that, she's hiding a monumental insecurity. She's a child brought up to excel. It must be difficult for her in this situation.
You make it sound as though she shouldn't even be here.
You're right, but we're stuck with it.
Well, what's the next step?
I'm hoping for a breakthrough with hypnotherapy. If I can get to the root of the problem, it may suggest some line of therapy.
Is there anything that we can do?
Well, apart from the obvious, no. What you need is some sort of relaxation therapy to take the pressures off. If we are able to get rid of this phobia, it could be a very long process.
Well, some of the women are making soft toys and other goods to sell at the halfway house. Would that sort of thing help?
Well, if she isn't aware that it is therapy, then excellent. Two worthy causes tackled with the one action.
Good. Well, I'll go and get her for you.
Well, come in, Chrissy. Take a seat.
Oh.
Well, I just wanted to have a little chat to you.
Oh, yeah?
Look, Chrissy, you must know how I feel. Well, the genuine affection I have for you. So you're not like the others.
Am I?
Well, no, you're different. And I respect you.
Oh, no one talked about respecting me before.
Well, I've got my standards. I couldn't feel such affection if I didn't respect you. And you are different, Chrissy. I like you.
And I like you.
Come on, Gibson, put a bit of effort into it. If you don't get a move on, you'll be scrubbing floors till lock-up time. Where's Latham?
The infirmary.
Oh, there been an accident?
No, he just wanted to talk to her, I think.
We'll see about that. Oh, and since you're working for the two of you, I might suggest you work a little harder. Otherwise, your release this afternoon just might be in jeopardy.
I suppose I better be getting back to work.
Oh, in a minute.
I don't want to get caught.
No.
Been looking for you.
How dare you burst in here like that?
I knocked.
From the inside.
That's enough from you, Latham.
Yes, well, that'll be all right, Miss Latham. I'll talk to you later.
Now, listen, you. I put Latham on cleaning duty as a punishment.
Yes?
And I don't appreciate her being taken away from that punishment.
Oh, of course not.
Then why did you remove her from cleaning duty?
Surely my concern for the health of any woman in this prison is no business of yours.
What a load of poppycock. Health of the women, indeed.
Well, if you have a complaint to make, then...
Now, listen, I don't care if you're screwing a slut like Latham.
I don't think I have to listen to this
In fact,
slander.
I don't care very much what you do at all.
You have absolutely no right. What?
Don't talk rights to me. As I said, I don't really care who you get off with. But just don't interfere with the punishment I give out to the prisoners.
See any?
What?
I don't know, you was looking at something.
I was just thinking.
Oh, yeah. Putting on a big nutcase act to get out of some work, I reckon.
Piss off, Gaffney. I'm a remand prisoner. I don't have to work.
I reckon you're having it off with one of the screws.
And I reckon you got a warped brain.
Oh, yeah? So how come you're getting the kid glove treatment for something you did, whereas I am getting the book thrown at me for an accident?
You ran a guy down in a stolen car, then left him to die. What'd you expect?
At least it was an accident. You get a guy in a cupboard and bash the crap out of him so he's as good as dead. You must be off your trolley, Lawson.
You got no reason to say those things to me. It wasn't my fault. Just leave me alone.
Save the big shrink act.
Just leave me alone.
Get out.
Bloody nutcase.
Not a nutcase, Mrs. Morris. I'm not a nutcase.
You all right now? Good, because Dr. Wiseman's here to see you.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, I can't see him.
You were quite happy enough to see him the last time I saw you.
Yeah, well, I don't want to now, or is that against some rule of yours?
You can't let stirrers like Gaffney upset you. Now, the sooner your problem's cleared up, the sooner you'll be free of any taunts.
I don't understand.
Suitable treatment and a favourable report from Dr. Wiseman could get you out of here. Don't you see that?
I'm going to be stuck in this place for years. Everyone knows that.
No, they do not. Now, if you could just stop feeling sorry for yourself and come to grips with your problem.
I'm not mad. I'm not. And I don't have to see that psychiatrist if I don't want to.
If you just see him for a few
minutes. Just leave me alone.
Well, at least you're giving them an option. That's an important part of choosing.
Tony, what brings you back again?
Tina Gibson. I heard she was getting out today, so I thought we'd try getting her for the house.
Talk about drumming up trade.
Yeah, we're getting all sorts. The council hearing on our licence is coming up, so we want it looking the best.
Well, I'll arrange for you to see her then.
It's already done, thanks. Here's Mrs. Powell for me now.
Well, I've got some bad news for you about Paddy Lawson. She refuses point blank to see you.
Did she give any reason?
Well, she didn't have to. One of the women has been goading her.
Damn. Makes it even more important.
Well, we can't make her see you against her will.
It wouldn't help anyway. No, we're going to have to try a bit of subterfuge, I think.
You said it was a visitor. I told you I didn't want to see him.
Now, just hold on. I know you said you didn't want any more treatment from Dr. Wiseman.
And I don't have to.
No, you don't. But Dr. Wiseman is just as entitled to visit a prisoner he has an interest in as anyone else.
You're trying to put one over me.
Nobody's trying to do that, Paddy, except maybe yourself. Now, if you don't want to see Dr. Wiseman, I suggest you have the guts to tell him face to face.
Hello, Paddy.
I don't want to see you anymore.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah, well, I better get back to work.
Is your work all that urgent? Or are some of the women giving you a bad time?
What's that matter to you?
Well, I know at least one of them must be teasing you. I was just wondering why you'd let that stand in the way of living a normal life.
Who said I was?
You did, when you said you wouldn't see me again.
You don't know what it's like in here. Nothing's as easy as you make out.
Well, if this is going to be our last time together, maybe you'd like to explain some of it to me.
I suppose.
It must be hard not having any freedom.
Bloody awful. But you get used to it.
And you've had a lot of practice, of course.
What do you mean?
Well, taking away a person's freedom as punishment is what this place is all about. But you've never really had any freedom since you were a child, have you? There have always been fears there to restrict you. Now, if you don't learn to overcome those fears, you'll always be a prisoner. Now, work with me, understand, and you'll learn to excel within yourself. Get some self-pride. You and me, Paddy. What do you say?
Okay.
I'm buggered if I'm going to bust a gut if give us enough workers again.
Yeah, you'd never expect there to be a labour shortage in this establishment.
Well, never was until the freak started throwing her weight around.
Yeah, what is with that lady? She seems to zap people around all over the place.
I'm just trying to get us off balance, that's all.
God, thank God I'm getting out of here today.
If the freak catches you doing that, you'll be in here another day.
Oh, you're kidding.
Hey, Lil, take a breather, will you? Keep an eye on the corridor.
Friends in high places, that's what I like.
Well, enjoy it while you can. My influence does not extend past that door.
Oh, you are much too modest.
And you are a con artist. Which reminds me to remind you about going to see Judy. Don't worry. I feel a real bum for not having given her a hand earlier.
Yeah, well, fair warning, don't come back in here until you have been to see her.
I am not coming back.
I'll put a reserved sign on your bed.
Oh. Oh.
Well, well, it isn't Mrs. Morris, the ex-prisoner.
Stand up straight when you speak to me, Gaffney.
Yes, sir, Mrs. Morris, sir.
Shut your mouth. I am sick to death of your antagonism.
So what?
Now, you keep away from Paddy Lawson. You could do that girl a lot of harm.
What you gonna do, come and beat me up in the cell?
One thing I did learn when I was in here as one of you.
You were never one of us.
That sometimes a heavy hand is necessary. Now, you lay off me and you lay off Paddy. I haven't forgotten the little visit that you and your friends made me. Now, you get out of here before I lose my temper.
Well, Bea, won't be long before you're doing this for yourself.
I wish I was leaving now.
I'm betting on you getting out of here before the year's up.
What are you doing in here, Smith?
She was just helping me get ready.
Oh, a smart one, eh?
That's me, smart by name, smart by nature.
Are you looking for a charge?
Shut up, Helen.
You can be put on a charge any time until you leave this prison, Smart.
I know, but...
So, if you want to leave here today, I would suggest an apology is in order.
I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson.
Right. Okay, Smith, out. And you?
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Get your things together and report for your discharge in 10 minutes. Smith, out!
See you, Helen.
Good luck, Bea.
You're getting too cocky for your own good, Smith.
I hadn't noticed.
Well, you will when your parole gets closer, because you're not going to get it. I'm going to see that you stuff it up, but good.
Is that a threat?
I know you've got Mr. Faulkner working for your parole requirements. I want to know why.
And why this sudden interest in my welfare and prospects?
You are scum, Smith.
Miss Ferguson, do you know that all the women in here call you the freak?
You're my special project too, Smith.
Yes. Tony, what are you doing wandering around unescorted?
Oh, no, I wasn't. One of the officers brought me through. I just wanted to see you about soft toys for the house.
Oh, great. Sit down there and I'll make you a cup of coffee.
Great, thanks.
A few of the women have lost interest, but there's still plenty to do the job. How's everything with Judy away?
Some of the ladies would rather fight than talk. And there's one I got in off the street yesterday, Trixie. I think she's still on the game.
You'll find there'll be worse problems than that. Just don't let them bring their clients home. How did that interview with Tina go?
No good. That's one girl not interested in what we've got to offer.
You can hardly blame her. The last one you invited from here turned up dead.
Are you suggesting I had anything to do with Penny Seymour's death?
Of course she's not, Tony.
Yeah, but you don't want to sound so defensive about it. Well, people will get the wrong idea. Now, I was merely referring to the violent lifestyles of whores. I can't imagine why anyone would go out of their way to have dealings with the likes of them.
It's a job.
Is that what you call it?
Sorry about that, Tony.
That woman, to use the term very loosely, makes my skin crawl.
Watch it, lover boys here.
Was he the one who,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more.
Just shut up, you two, or you'll both be processed straight back in.
Oh, good night, Mrs. Powell.
Good night, Neil.
Well, it's still a few hours before we have to start work again.
Yeah, how about a slap-up meal?
Miss Ferguson, would you mind seeing these two off the premises on your way out, please?
Certainly, Mrs. Powell.
At that place that I was telling you about.
Come on, you two.
Great, and I can work off the bill later.
Prison hasn't done them much good.
Yeah. And they will both be back.
Well, there is no work for this girl tonight. Well, this one's got to go to bed a few times before she can afford to sleep. You young ones get all the fun. And most of the convictions.
You want a taxi?
Only if you can afford me.
Go on with you. Go and earn yourself an honest dollar. And you keep in touch, okay?
Of course I will. We'll get together, all right?
Sure we will.
Take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, God, it's you. You scared the crap out of me creeping up like that. What do you want? Look, if you want a freebie, that's okay with me. Keep away from me. I'm warning you.
B, you heard the news?
No, but I feel certain you're going to tell me.
Another pro's been found murdered, same way as Penny.
So long as it isn't me, I don't care.
The way you're going, Gaffney, it'll happen to you before you get out of here. Oh, hi, Pat. Are you joining us today?
Yeah, sick of sitting round. Finish counting all those men climbing your walls. Keep that up and I'll start counting your teeth on the floor. I don't have to take that.
Yes, you do. Because you asked for it. And because I meant what I said yesterday.
I was kidding.
Hey, what happened yesterday?
Yeah. It's none of your business. Now get back to work.
Okay, come on, give.
Don't know what you're on about.
What were you told yesterday?
Right, all right. Bitchface came to heavy with me.
About what?
Told me to lay off the rough stuff with Patty. I can look after myself.
Good old Mrs. M, eh? Come in the bash artist. Well, as long as she sticks to you, Gaffney, I don't mind.
Come off it, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, well, I'm warning you, Gaffney. Step out of line one more time. Being treacled and K-popped is going to look like child's play.
Nice enough chap, young Steve Faulkner, but he seems to find the most unlikely people to help.
What do you mean?
Well, Smith and Fields, for example. They strike me as the sort of people who don't really need help, but he's gone overboard about them.
What's your point?
Well, I'm not sure. Birdsworth, too. He really went to bat very strongly for her.
I still don't see the point.
Well, if you didn't know him, you might think that he was after something. I mean, Fields is certainly not broke. Now, what about the other two?
Well, nothing substantial, I shouldn't think.
Let's have that coffee. It's probably not worth worrying about.
It is strange, though, as you say, the people he helps. Better get it. Colin, pal.
Oh, Colin, it's Meg here. Detective Thorne's here to see you.
Did he say what he wanted?
No, he just said he wanted to see the governor.
Okay, look, Meg, you better take him along to her office. I'll meet him there.
Trouble?
No, it's probably just routine. Enough to interrupt my coffee break.
Ah, Mrs. Powell, Detective Thorne.
Morning, thanks, Meg.
Morning, Mr. Powell.
Right. Sit down.
Thank you. I'll come straight to the point, Mrs. Powell. I'd like to talk to any of the prisoners who knew Tina Gibson.
That covers a fair range. She was released only yesterday.
She's dead. Murdered last night. We think it's the same killer who got Penny Seymour, which makes 2 girls killed soon after release from this prison.
See.
We're hoping one of the prisoners can give us a clue to the killer's identity.
I doubt whether they could tell you anything, even if they were willing to speak to the police.
I understand that. But this is someone knocking off working girls, which might encourage them to talk. We're hoping one of them might recognize him if he was a regular client.
So you've got a description?
Unfortunately, no, but we're hoping somebody might recognize that.
The initials JF. Oh, my God. It's, Joan Ferguson.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing